talk on KPMG story and career insight will be commencing in a few minutes' time. Mr. Anil, please allow me to share some housekeeping notes. Firstly, please ensure that your mic is turned on when it is your turn to speak. Otherwise, please make sure your microphone is muted to avoid disruption during the event. Secondly, this session is recorded and live streamed. Thus, please switch on your camera for a more in-depth experience. Thank you. For those of you who are already with us from the YouTube stream, there will be a short Q&A session at the end. You may leave any questions you have in the YouTube live chat box. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Career Fair 2.0 of Virtual Science Fair 2022. Virtual Science Fair 2022 is powered by our official collaborator, Zero Waste Malaysia and KPMG Malaysia. Now, who are they? Zero Waste Malaysia is a community group advocating for sustainable development, while aiming to increase the local community awareness of sustainable living. Our next collaborator, KPMG, on the other hand, is a global network of professional firms providing audit, tax, and advisory services. Other than that, we would like to mention our official platform sponsor, which is GatherTown. GatherTown is a video chat platform designed to make virtual interaction more human, which helps to elevate our VSF experience to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to remind all of you to stay until the very end of our talk session today, as we have prepared various activity segments brought to you by GatherTown. This will surely give you a remarkable experience. Not just that, keep your heads up for the Immerse Award ahead once you manage to participate successfully in these activities. For an enhanced experience, I advise you to kindly use your laptop to participate in the activities, as some features are limited in phones. In these fun mini activities, you will get to learn more about STEM and SDG. You may even stand a chance to win rewards too. So, don't forget to stay tuned. We will start the talk at 2:30 p.m. Meanwhile, this is really important. Please be reminded to fill in the main registration form if you haven't done so. The link is in the chat box. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Lian and I will be the MC and moderator for today. On behalf of the organizer, it is my great pleasure to welcome all of you to our talk session, Management in STEM by KPMG Malaysia. We are very honored to have our guest speaker today from KPMG Malaysia, Mr. Anil Nair, to share about KPMG's story and career insights. Mr. Anil is the Head Talent Engagement and Talent Acquisition who has the experience in personal branding, professional grooming, recruitment, and training. He is responsible for both recruitment and external branding related matters for KPMG in Malaysia. As a part of his role, Mr. Anil has conducted over 400 hours of various physical and virtual workshops covering different soft skill topics to empower and groom students into becoming future leaders. Mr. Anil was recently nominated for the prestigious KPMG Value Award 2020, which commemorated his achievement of demonstrating the KPMG value at workplace. KPMG Malaysia provides professional services in audit, tax, and advisory across a wide range of business, government, and non-profit sector. They contribute in honorary and voluntary capacity to drive positive changes as well as improve the community in which we live and operate. It is truly an honor to have our speaker today, Mr. Anil. Thank you for your time, and we officially welcome you to Career Fair 2.0 of Virtual Science Fair 2022. Without further ado, I would like to invite Mr. Anil Nair to start our sharing session today. Mr. Anil, the stage is yours.
Can you guys hear me well? Okay, so you can hear me well, yeah? Is the mic clear? MC, is the mic clear?
Yes, Mr. Anil.
Okay, great. All right. Okay, so I'm going to share my slides. Yeah, and should you have any questions, you can raise it after the session during the Q&A section, yeah? So let me just share my slides really quick. Are you able to see the slides now?
Yes,
Yes,
Mr.
Mr.
Anil.
Anil.
Great. Okay. First of all, a very good afternoon to all students participating in this session. Once again, thank you for having me on board. And thank you to the organizer for extending the invitation to me. It's been an honor working with many different universities, and today I'm here to tell you about what KPMG has to offer. While I'm presenting here, I have my team that is also on the Grad 1 UKEC Career Fair that is ongoing. Yeah, so yesterday was the first day, followed by today and tomorrow. Yesterday we had a fun events of corporate luncheon up to about 10:30 at night. Yeah, due to the time difference in the UK. So this puts to show the commitment that we have in supporting students in developing themselves and ensuring that we are able to support you and to provide you with lots of exposure in the areas of soft skills and technical skills topic. Yeah. So today I'm here to talk about the KPMG story and career insights. So moving on to my profile on LinkedIn. Thank you once again for inviting me. I'm actually the head talent engagement and talent acquisition. I also do stakeholder management at KPMG Malaysia. And it's been an honor working in the firm, in a very reputable firm in Malaysia and also globally. So who we are and how we started. Just to give you a quick summary, we started off in a very small, humble beginning. KPMG had its first office in Ipoh, 1928, and over the years is where we have progressed ourselves. Not just in terms of our offices, but rather in terms of our services. So much so we don't even call ourselves an accounting firm today, but rather we are known as a professional services firm offering services from audit, tax, and also the advisory function. Yeah. And in advisory, we have close to about 15 departments. In tax, we have close to about 5 departments. In audit, we have close to about 7 departments. Yeah, that students can actually explore for their careers, be it whether it's an internship or graduate placement. So moving on to a quick video, just a quick run through of our branches, across Malaysia, just so that I would like to also share with you. As for my team now, we don't only hire for KPMG KL, we hire across our branches, which is in JB, Penang, Ipoh, Sabah, Sarawak, and also Labuan, So those of you who's actually interested in joining KPMG in Malaysia. So with that being said, a quick video, which is a run through of our history of KPMG in Malaysia. Started off in a small humble beginning in 1928, first office. Then we expanded to our Kuala Lumpur office in 1949, Penang office 1950, Kota Kinabalu 1970, Johor 1976, Kuching 1979, Labuan 1990, Teneri 2015. KPMG is actually named after our 4 founding fathers, which is Kleinwald, Pete Marwick, and also Godler. So moving on to our purpose and values, is very, very simple. Is to empower, is to inspire confidence and empower change in people. With that being said, I would also like to just share with you a quick run through of our values at KPMG and why does our values matter to us. Earlier, I think you also heard about the MC mentioning about the KPMG Values Award that we give out to our people who demonstrate our KPMG values while having to contribute to their team performance and also their as an individual contributor as well. Yeah, so we have integrity, excellence, courage together, and most importantly, for better. And for better for who? For better for our dear students out there, for our clients, and also for our people in the firm. Yeah. Moving on to the functions and departments, which I believe will be very crucial today for all students that was eager to know what this KPMG has to offer, apart to just from accounting students. Yeah. So with that being said, I'll give you a quick run through. We have audit, tax, and advisory at KPMG. These are our client servicing functions. In audit, we have the financial audit, enterprise audit that is focused on SME clients, actual services, IT audit services, which has been a boom, all right, over the past few years, especially with the pandemic now. And it's even more interesting, right, to see how firms incorporate technology as part of their processes, as part of their services, while having to ensure that everything is in place, everything has its regular checks, yeah, whether it is the internal controls, the systems, the processes, yeah. And then we also have the audit centralization team that looks into the administrative side of audit, and finally the department of professional practice, yeah, that looks into the publication, the accounting standards, keeps our auditors abreast of the current account changes of the industry and the advancement of audit, yeah, in the industry today. If for students who are interested to join our audit and assurance, which is our financial audit function, at KPMG, we have the four main departments, which is Audit K, Audit P, Audit M, and Audit G. We don't classify you according to the departments. When you go into the various departments in audit, you are able to understand and also serve multiple industries, not rather focusing on one specific industry, which I think it added value to your profile. Once you complete your internship, you are able to articulate yourself that you have contributed and you understand different client infrastructure from different industries. So with that being said, let's move on to the tax service line. As you can see, we have 5 different departments in tax: corporate tax, indirect tax, tax disputes, global mobility services, and also the global transfer pricing department. As you can see, the tax departments, we don't only hire accounting grads, we hire students from economics, legal background, international relations, and many others. So moving on to the advisory function, as you can see, it's very diverse. It really depends on what the student like to do. And we in advisory, we hire talents from various backgrounds. In fact, yesterday we're talking to talents from the UK, Malaysians who are studying in the UK, who has had medical degrees, who have had engineering degrees, but they are very interested to pursue a career in consulting and to be able to add value to our clients. And then that's the interesting part about the advisory function. You'll be working with colleagues from different backgrounds, different expertise in ensuring that we can collaborate, yeah, and to further add value to our clients. So moving on to the business support function, I come from the business support function, which is mainly under the people performance and culture department. We have the ITS team, the growth team, the finance team, the admin team, the KPMG business school team, and also the risk management department. Yeah. So we also provide sponsorship for professional papers. As you may be aware that when you join the firm as an auditor, the firm will actually sponsor your professional qualification, where we sponsor about 18,000 ringgit. There's a 4 years training agreement in order for you to be a chartered accountant, while you also get exam leave and study leave during your journey in KPMG. Yeah, every year you're given exam leave and study leave in order for you to strike the right balance between your work and also the commitment of your professional papers. So why is KPMG the best place to work? We have tailored graduate and student programs, from the ambassadorship program, the ACE advisory program, and also the tax trackers program. The ambassadorship program is basically a rotational, it's basically students representing us in universities. We have 12 different universities that we have appointed. UM is one of it, right? And we have public and also private universities. Moving on to the ACE advisory program, it's a rotational program within the advisory division where students get to explore as a graduate. You can be going into management consulting, risk consulting, deals advisory, and also the technology consulting arm. After 2 years, you will then be promoted into a senior associate, and also, right, you get mentored by our advisory partners. Moving on to the tax trackers program, the firm itself always wanted a program that we can guide future tax professionals, and there are many people today that are interested in tax, especially with the constant changes of the technology, the advancement of technology, and the impact of technology towards tax procedures today. Yeah. So with that being said, we offer students who like to take up a career in tax to go through this tax trackers program, where it offers a 6 months rotation, 3 months first department, 3 months following department, and then they get to be mentored by the firm's tax partners. Quick recap: ACE advisory, 2 years rotation, 4 rotations within advisory, direct mentorship; tax trackers, 6 months rotation, 2 rotations within tax, and direct mentorship; and finally, the ambassadorship program, which is 1 year program, participate in exclusive firm-wide events and direct mentorship by our PPC department. Education Trust Fund is our latest initiative in achieving net zero. One of our pillars is education, and the partners at KPMG are very proud to share with all of you that they have put together an amount of 500,000 every single year, that they will be supporting students in their university, in their high school, that would like to become aspiring auditors or future tax consultants. KPMG has started off this program where we have 4 types of programs. The first one is more focused towards primary school students, where we support the B40 community. We provide school essentials. The second one is the Young Spark sponsorship program. So pre-university and also undergraduate students who like to pursue their professional qualification, right? While also they come from the B40 community, and KPMG will be providing a 4,000 ringgit one-off financial aid. Yeah. And then we have the Young Excellence Sponsorship Program. Those are pre-university students or undergraduate students, children of KPMGians. Yeah, so we are definitely very proud to be supporting our staffs, their children who like to pursue their education, and they would like to become a star in KPMG in the near future. And finally, is the ASEAN Scholarship Program, which is very interesting because the firm will support you during your tenure as a student. The firm will also provide you a scholarship of 12,000 ringgit a year. So 12,000 first year, second year, third year. So that's about 36,000 ringgit. We allow you to do one internship in Malaysia, one internship abroad, and you get to be mentored by the firm's partners in Malaysia as well. Yeah. So with that, move on to the clear-cut progression at KPMG. Be it whether it's audit, tax, advisory, or business support, we have a very structured career progression where you start off as an associate. Typically, it takes you 2 years in order for you to be a senior associate. Yeah. As for tax, you start off with a tech consulting assistant. It takes you 2 years in order for you to be a TC. Yeah, tax consultant. Advisory, similar, and also the business support function. At KPMG, we also have our awesome culture, networking groups, right? So we have the Toastmasters groups, many different groups. We have the mental health assistant. KPMG also rolled out the KPMG Wellbeing 360 program, where we have trained professionals, yeah, partners of KPMG. They are more like buddies, where you can speak to, you can raise your issues, yeah. And should you want to speak to someone, probably a professional, the firm will actually support you in your journey, right, while having to sponsor, yeah, the support that we are giving to you. Festive gifts during the whole pandemic, we will actually giving out gifts to our staffs, yeah, to their doorstep, whether it's Hari Raya, Chinese New Year, Deepavali, or even Christmas. We gave out a lot of gifts. Golden Week off is where the firm is closed for 1 week in September. Global opportunities, which I'll be touching on shortly. Multi-general workforce and non-hierarchical, yeah. So let's move on to the internal events. As you can see, those all these famous artists, yeah, speakers that has been in the industry for a very long time. This is actually a testament uh, to the internal activities that we have done for our people at KPMG. We have invited all of them: Dr. Slim, uh, Atilia Harun, Kevin Zahari, yeah, and many others, yeah, to be engaging with our people, our ambassadors, yeah, in the firm, right, while they were all working from home. So overseas secondment, every year we would send at least 10 to 12 stars overseas, whether it's Houston, Hong Kong, Japan, many other countries. And many countries are opening up their doors to KPMG Malaysia because it's an understanding between both parties, between our KPMG network. When our staffs go there, they take care of our staffs, and their staffs come to Malaysia, we take care of their staffs as well. So it's actually an understanding between the KPMG network officers. Moving on to the networking groups, you have the Toastmasters Club, Lean Circle, the Book Club, and many others that you can actually explore. Diverse workforce. As you can see, the average age is 26. It's getting younger and younger. Some students pursue their professional paper and they join the firm at the age of 21, 22. Typically, it takes you about 5 years in order for you to be a manager. 26, 27, you're already a manager. So at KPMG, we run future-proofing workshops. We support students on various initiatives. In fact, today morning, we had a workshop with IUM. Currently, my team is supporting the UK Grad 1 Career Fair. I'm presenting to you here. And this evening, we also have another event. So there are many events going on concurrently where KPMG is supporting students from various backgrounds. So my next question to you is, do you have a story to tell, and are you the one? In this current pandemic, it's important for graduates to know what it takes in order to be job ready and how you can stand out among a sea of talents. So it's all about how do you stand out? How do you differentiate yourself as compared to the rest of the candidates? You must also understand as you graduate, you're not. If maybe you're graduating in the month of September, there are many other universities, private, public universities, that are also students completing in the month of September. So how do you stand out, right? It's a very competitive market out there. So personal branding, professional grooming is important. Business communication, always staying up to date with the current changes of the industry, specifically in those areas that you would like to explore. If you like to explore a career in audit, you must understand what are the current changes of audit. What are the impact of technology towards audit? Having the right mindset is also important. Collaborative mindset, and lastly, being an all-rounder. So at KPMG, we also incorporate technology as part of our services. And we use a lot of technology platforms in order for us to serve our clients better. With that, I would like to introduce to you the KPMG Clara. This video is actually taken in our London office. And for those of you who's interested to join KPMG Malaysia, you would be using the first phase of Clara that is already implemented in our firm. So with that, enjoy the video, sit back and relax and enjoy the video.
Lucy, how's it going?
Hi, Hitesh. I've raised the issue that KPMG Clara identified overnight with the Lacuna CEO, Charles Callan. He agreed something's not right and we need to investigate.
Oh, does he think there's a risk?
He's certainly concerned. He feels like sales growth in New Zealand may not be sustainable.
Okay, well, I'll look into it and then I'll get Clara on it as well.
Okay, great. Sounds good. I'm heading into the office now, so I'll catch up with you when I'm in.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Hello, Hitesh. How are you today?
It's about to get very busy, Clara. Okay, so we need to do an analysis on the risk you flagged overnight on Lacuna's New Zealand subsidiary. So can we pull all of this data together, please, so that I can assess and make a file note? Okay, so let's start with financial and employee data, brand and market metrics.
Then benchmark against the wider group's data?
Oh yes, and peer companies. Clara, can we just expand on these figures here, please? So this seems to suggest that there's a fraud underway and that they're misrepresenting sales in New Zealand. I think we need to brief this in.
I'll set up a meeting with Charles and Lucy.
So, as you can see, sales have grown 20% in a stable market, customer dissatisfaction is a growing social media trend, and people attrition is up 40%, particularly in finance and customer support.
It doesn't look good. I'll need to notify the board. But please go ahead and organise a deeper dive as part of the ongoing audit.
Will do. We need to assess the situation on the ground. I'm going to send in our fleet of drones to review activity. And Charles, I'll need to conduct interviews with key executives.
I'll arrange that now. And thank you.
Okay, so I'll get on to those interviews. And Clara, once they're done, can you review the data and drone footage overnight?
Of course.
Hitesh, can you reach out to Laura Schmidt, our fraud specialist, and get her to help identifying the extent of the fraud and who else may be involved? And Clara, can you review all communications, emails, instant messages, any relevant documentation and pass it on to Laura as soon as it's done?
Uploading data now.
Let's catch up in the morning, once Clara's processed the information.
Okay, no problem. I'll see you there. Morning.
Morning, what have you found?
Well, our drones can see that inventory isn't correlating with their claimed customer orders. So sales have been booked, then fraudulently reversed to bolster performance. And Clara, there are signs that it isn't just the sales teams that are involved when the fraud occurs. Is that correct?
Yes, consistent leaving times, coded email language, and how they behaved in their interviews. There are clear correlations.
We have a significant fraud. I'll get in touch with Charles. This could be a big exposure for Lacuna.
Well, at least the board can proactively deal with it now. And Clara, can you model the financial implications to give Lacuna a prediction as to where this leads them?
Of course. Uploading data now.
So, in conclusion, without additional capital, our team predicts the New Zealand business would not be a going concern, particularly now as it has a bank covenant issue.
Okay. Lots to think about. Thank you, Lucy, Hitesh, for identifying this and your prompt action.
So I hope with that being said, I hope you guys have a better understanding of our KPMG Clara function, or the app that you can actually use at KPMG Malaysia in order for you to serve your clients better. So with that being said, we would like to take you through a journey of technology. KPMG is offering you the virtual internships that you can try it for free. There is no time limit, right? It's on the 4H platform. It's in collaboration with KPMG. As you can see, there are videos for you to watch. You can get instructions from the video and you can complete the task and compare it with your model answers. We also have the tax virtual internship, and finally the audit and assurance virtual internship. So feel free to add this on your profile and your LinkedIn upon completion of this whole program. So I'd like to also share with you about awards and accolades. KPMG has been ranked number 9th overall ranking out of 2,400 firms in Malaysia, number 1 in accounting and professional services, and number 2 in consulting. So we are here to empower the future generations of leaders, which is all of you today on the call, right? So do apply, check out our KPMG Malaysia's Instagram. Do keep in touch with the firm, as we will be sharing with you all these attractive posters that features our staff at KPMG Malaysia, sharing with you all the career opportunities. Very easy. Keep track, keep in touch, follow our Instagram, follow our LinkedIn account, and you should be able to keep yourself updated with our career opportunities at KPMG Malaysia. So let's keep in touch with your clear choice. These are the ambassadorship universities. You can always follow them on LinkedIn. They're all starting with KPMG_UM, KPMG_TAUC, KPMG_MMU, Intech, and many others. So vote for us, cast your vote for the best graduate employer, right? Graduate Choice Award and the top M100 graduate employers. So we would like to hear your feedback. Would like to hear on how we can improve further and curate more programs for you at KPMG Malaysia. So with that being said, I'd like to thank the audience today. Thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation, and keep in touch. And over to you, MC. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Anil, for the great sharing. I believe the audience have gained a great insight about KPMG Malaysia and the opportunity provided for us. Remember, audience, there is plenty more to come. Don't forget the mini activity right after this at 3:45 p.m. Ladies and gentlemen, now we'll be having a Q&A session. For any of you who want to ask any question, please feel free to type in your question and ask in the chat box. I will now open the floor for questions. All right, Mr. Anil Nai. Here's our first question. Hi, Mr. Anil. What are the qualities that KPMG are looking for in internship or job seeker candidates?
Thank you. Thank you for the question, MC. So first and foremost is the articulation of interest. That's very, very crucial to all of us in the firm. Sometimes students come to us and say, hey, I'm open to anything. I have a degree in business. You can place me in any departments and I should be able to contribute. To me, it doesn't work that way. In order for you to secure your dream career, there always has to be a strategy in place. Yeah. In order for a company to be successful, there has to be a strategy in place. While when you look out for your future career, there has to be a strategy in place. There has to be research done, understanding what are the expectation of a certain role. If you come from a business background, you can contribute in human resource, you can contribute in logistics, supply chain, payroll, right? Many different areas. So you yourself should do a self-reflection, to identify what are the modules that encompass that you have actually performed exceptionally well or probably has piqued your interest. So with that being said, you can then leverage on those modules as a potential area for you to explore for your future career and to further do research, to speak to someone, maybe your seniors or even the career advisors that are available on LinkedIn, to have a chat with them in regards to what are they looking for in graduates who intend to go into that specific department. Most importantly, read through the job description, right? A lot of students have the understanding that job descriptions may be the same across 10 different internship roles. Yeah. What you should also understand that sometimes job descriptions will also highlight a certain platform that you need to be familiar with, a certain programming language, for instance, you need to be familiar with. So you need to also manage the employer's expectation while managing your expectation of what would you be expecting when you go and attend an interview, right? And even if you apply for a job, always remember the companies that you're applying for, right? At most times, students, I can tell you for sure, they just randomly submit their CVs and just waiting for a call. And then when it comes to the career advisors, reached out to them, say, hey, you've submitted your application for this company. Do you remember what application have you submitted? At that point of time, you're going to be caught off guard and you're unable to articulate. So that's very, very risky. Yeah. Sometimes firms will only call you once, and if you don't pass through that interview, you will not proceed to the next level. So do further research, be confident, make sure you're able to articulate your interests really well while having to understand what is the current changes of the industry. Keep abreast of the updates, yeah, of the specific areas that you would like to explore. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anil, for the great tips. Our next question from the audience will be, what is KPMG biggest goal in the next 5 to 7 years?
In achieving net zero, we are now journey in achieving net zero. Net zero is something not easy to achieve, but the firm is doing a lot in order for them to achieve. We are doing as much as possible for our people in order for them to also enjoy their journey in KPMG. For example, we just implemented last week. We are going to offer free breakfast twice a week, yeah, to our staffs who come into the office. We are going to offer them free breakfast. The firm has also allocated an amount of 500 ringgit per person to have a team activity this year. Yeah. So imagine if your team has 20 members, each of them will get an allocation of 500 ringgit. You can always go for a holiday or something like that, right? And I think that's a great opportunity. So we are doing as much as possible to retain our staff while having to ensure that we are supporting them, especially with these thriving times. Yeah, so a lot of us are also working from home. We are working on a hybrid arrangement, but it's important for us to keep in touch with our people and also in achieving our net zero initiative. So one of the pillars is actually education, right? As you can see, we launched the education trust fund where the firm has agreed also to put aside about 500,000 to support the B40 community, to support students out there in achieving their goals. So that would be what we do, and always ensuring that we keep abreast of the current changes of the industry and doing our best for our clients. At KPMG, we don't sell products. Our biggest assets are our people.
All right, thank you, Mr. Anil. The next question, moving on to the next question. What is the work environment and culture like at KPMG in terms of employer-employees relationship, work schedule, and facilities?
Thank you. That's a good question. So, in terms of the work culture, it's a very fast-paced environment. I have to agree to that. It's been an exciting journey at KPMG. Uh, you need to be able to catch up with the fast learning pace. It's going to be a steep learning curve for any graduates that join us. But at the same time, we have all those initiatives that is being rolled out for our people, right? So despite having to be in a fast-paced environment, you can engage with your colleagues on this kind of initiatives. We are going to implement, we're going to bring back the eco dive, yeah, where we send our staffs to Pulau Tioman, right? It's about 10 staffs to do a diving activity and to contribute to collecting data on coral reefs. This is with the Reef Check Association, right? The Reef Check body, where we will be collecting data on coral reefs, right? And we have the beach cleanup that we'll be organizing really soon this year, and many other activities apart from just working every single day. Yeah, working hours, it solely depends on your client needs. Sometimes, generally we work from 9 to 5, 9 to 6. But sometimes you will have an urgent client need, so you might need to put in additional hours. I wouldn't want to paint a beautiful picture here to tell you that, oh, okay, you don't have to work overtime. Sometimes, yes, and no job comes easy today, right? There are certain jobs that will require to put in additional hours, but to me, is how you strike the right balance, right? Like for myself, I always ensure that my schedule is free from 6 to 8 or 6 to 9 or 6 to 10, where I spend quality time with my family. I enjoy myself, right? Watch a series, right, on Netflix. And then if I have to do something, right, and to complete it within the deadline, I open my laptop and just look through my emails and then complete it for about an hour before I go to bed. Yeah. So it really depends on how you manage your tasks. Some people prefer working from 5 to 7, and then after they close their laptop and they only open the laptop the next day. So to me, it's self-discipline is very important. How you manage the task that is being given to you, and most importantly, meet deadlines. That's very, very crucial. Yeah. All right. So that's my answer to your question. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Anil. Moving on to the next question. What made KPMG differ from the rest of the Big Four?
As I said, the culture, right? The high performance culture, the environment that we have, the offerings that we give to our people, right? I think that's very, very crucial. We rolled out the KPMG Wellbeing 360 just to support our staff during the pandemic. And the flexibility that we have, we're on a hybrid working arrangement. We don't have to go into the office. We can work from home, right? And those are the kind of things, the festive gifts that we give to our people, the golden week off that the firm is closed for 1 week in September, just so that we allow our staff to spend quality time with their family, and that makes the firm stand out. KPMG, the clear choice.
Thank you, Mr. Anil. We have another question from the audience here. What can I do if I'm really interested in joining KPMG, but I don't have any background in mathematics or accounting? I only have a Bachelor of Science.
That's a good question. You can always join KPMG. Like I said yesterday, we were talking to a medical student who wants to join our advisory division, and we have already offered her a position at KPMG just through a conversation yesterday from the corporate luncheon event that we attended yesterday with the UK students. So to me, is how you stand out, how you articulate your interests. Background doesn't matter, right? It's more of a passport for you to graduate from the university, but rather having a good understanding of the department is very, very crucial. And how would you be able to contribute is also very, very crucial, right? So it solely depends on the profiles that comes in, how you put yourself out there, how you articulate your interest is also very, very important to any one of us in the firm, whether it is a manager, associate, senior associate, right? Everybody would be able to contribute. Nobody is perfect. It's still a learning curve for every one of us, and we all make mistakes. So never look down on yourself, right? If you have made any mistakes, it's a learning curve. It's a journey for you to learn, and I'm also learning every single day. Yeah. So everybody has the right to contribute. It is your choice of what departments that you would like to go into.
All right, thank you, Mr. Anil, for the great answer. Moving on to the next question. What makes a candidate stand out from your perspective during an interview?
Candidate that has actually done their homework, right? Sometimes candidates have not done their homework. They come in, they are a bit timid, right? They don't want to say what they want to do, right? Those are very, very important factors in order for an employer to consider your profile, right? You might be an introvert, you might be an extrovert, it doesn't matter, right? It's what you are what sort of values you can bring to the firm, what can you bring to the table is very, very crucial, right? And you must be able to reach out to people on LinkedIn to have conversations with them, leverage on your seniors. Your seniors are also in reputable firms. Speak to them, have a conversation with them, ask them how was their internship journey, what was expected out of them, what did they do in their day-to-day practice, right? These are the areas that you need to further explore. And it's not difficult for you to reach out to your seniors like reaching out to a friend, right? So those are the kind of things that you can do in order for you to make your profile stand out, participate in various initiatives, workshops, complete the virtual internship certifications, add it to your profile, all right? And that will make your profile stand out.
All right, thank you, Mr. Anil. We have another question from the audience. How was your journey in KPMG B?
My journey in KPMG has been excellent. I've been with the firm for about 2 years, 9 months now. I started off with the external branding team. At one point, I was also the head of, I was also leading the talent acquisition team, right? And then after that, I did branding. I did some stakeholder management. Today, I'm also the head of external branding, head of recruitment. And I've covered different portfolios within the firm, working closely with the stakeholders, with the partners, and it's been a wonderful journey so far. And I'm very proud of what the firm has given me the opportunity to contribute.
All right, thank you, Mr. Anil. We'll have the next question. How should I apply for career opportunity offered by KPMG?
Check out our career site, check out our Instagram. You can understand better about what sort of careers available. We do have some postings on LinkedIn. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn, and we'll be more than happy to have a chat with you, right? So do your research, check out platforms, check out the social media platforms that we have at in collaboration with KPMG, for example, our ambassadors as well.
All right, thank you, Mr. Anil. We'll have our last few questions. As an experienced people in the working field, does a good CGPA or pointer really matters in job place?
I think not CGPA alone, but rather co-curriculum participation, leadership involvement is very, very crucial in your careers. Yeah. So you must be able to strike a right balance. I've had students who've been active in leadership involvement, but they are unable to score well in their academics. So it's important for you to strike the right balance, and those are the candidates that we are looking for. It's an all-rounder in different perspective.
All right, thank you, Mr. Anil. That's all for our Q&A session for today. Is there any more questions we left out? You may take a few minutes time before we close our Q&A session. All right, that's an end for our Q&A session. Sadly, we can only spend 10 minutes for the Q&A session. However, if you have any more questions that you need to answer regarding management in STEM, you can contact Mr. Anil via the LinkedIn and he will get back to you soon. You can find his LinkedIn profile dropped right in the chat box. Thank you so much to Mr. Anil for the sharing about KPMG and important tips delivered during the talk. Unfortunately, our sharing session today has come to an end. Now, let's move on to the photography session. Kindly turn on your camera and smile for the picture. Let's wait a bit more for people to turn on their cameras.
So I hope everyone can turn on their camera for the photography session, and we will give time for all of you to ready for the photography session.
This will be posted on our KPMG Malaysia's Instagram. So if you want to be featured, it's good for you to turn on your video as well.
Yes, the more the merrier, please.
Let's wait for a few seconds.
Okay, so I will be going to the first photography session, and on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. And for the second photograph, so everyone can get ready on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. And lastly, for our third and the final photo, one, two, three. Okay, that's all. Thank you everyone for your commitment, and back to you, Lian. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for your participation in our photo session today. Once again, don't forget to fill in the feedback form to receive your certificates. You'll be given a few minutes time to fill in the feedback form as well. Before you leave, Mr. Anil, I just want to once again thank you for your dedication and for taking your time to be here and share your knowledge with us students. Thank you so much, and now a hall member will escort you to the main hall. Provided in the YouTube live chat box. You'll be given a few minutes time to fill in the feedback form and attendance form as well. As mentioned at the start, we will be having mini activities after each workshop using Gather Town platform. Why not try out the platform yourself? You must be quite eager, right? If you are wondering about the rewards, I will just reveal what are they right now. The first place winner will get to win 100 ringgit and the second place will get 70 ringgit. The third place will bring home 30 ringgit and the fourth and fifth place will get 30 ringgit. Tempting prizes, right? Quickly sign up using the QR code or link to the Google form as there are limited spaces. For today's activity, you will be guess the SDG in room 4 or word in room 10. You can find the registration form for this activity in the Google in the chat box. You may scan the QR code in the slides too. At the end of the Google form, you can find the link to the game. If you have signed up for the mini activities and you have made your way to this lobby, you can just leave through the door at the top right. Once you reach at the second room, just follow the red carpet and look at the number. Today's session will be room 10 and room 4. You don't have to worry about getting lost as there are people to guide you at the lobby. They will have the title Usher in their names. So come on guys, sign up using the form. Come on guys, let's sign up for the mini activities. Do come and join us here at the Gather Town platform to enjoy the mini activities together. I promise it will be really fun. Don't forget about the rewards too. You might get to win 100 ringgits if you won the first place. If you face any problem when you are in the lobby, you can feel free to type in the chat box or find the usher. They will bring you to the room. Come on guys, let's try the mini activities together. The first place will win 100 ringgit. So try it out. Sandra Berhad with the topic Step Up by Tech Up. We have organized many more company slots with reputable companies over the course of these 2 weekends, with more mini activities game to follow. With more fun mini activities, you know what that means, right? More prizes, of course. Dear audience, quickly sign up for the fun mini activities right now. For today's session, it will be Guess the SDG in room 4 or Word in room 10. If you have signed up and made your way to this lobby, you can leave through the door at the top right. Once you reach the second room, you can just follow the red carpet and look at the number. Today's session is room 4 and room 10. Don't worry about getting lost as there are people to guide you. They will have a title usher in their name. Just feel free to ask them. Come on guys, let's sign up for the fun mini activities. You can get the code in the slide or the YouTube live chat box. Dear audience, if you face any problem when you are in the lobby, feel free to contact us in the chat box. Don't forget about the tempting prizes that we offer. The first place just quickly sign up the prizes. Come on guys, we'll be closing the mini activities form soon. Do come and join us in the Gather Town platform to enjoy the mini activities together. Just scan the QR code on the slide. Don't worry about getting lost in the lobby. There will be title name usher, and you can find them to ask the way. Come on everyone, sign up using the form. Feel free to ask if you need any help. It is your last chance right now. The form is closing really soon. If you haven't registered for the mini activities, you can do so now. For those of you that already registered for a mini activity, please make your way to our room. Once again, audience, if you found the talk informative and engaging as I did, I'm sure you are craving for more. Tomorrow, we'll be having Tech Up Sandhya Berhad with the topic Step Up with Tech Up. We have organized many more company slots with reputable companies over the course of these 2 weekends. Dear audience, the day 3 has come to an end. I hope everyone here has been empowered to be catalysts of change in sustainability. There's more to come, so keep an eye on our event through Virtual Science Fair 2022 Instagram page. Please remember to fill out the feedback form in the chat box so that we can improve our future activities. You can fill it in using the link that we have provided in the YouTube live chat box. With this, until we meet again, I'm Lian and have a good day.